My school journey, from struggles to university. Why failing is your best teacher. Introduction. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Mastery Hub. Today, I want to share a special story with you. It's my own school journey. I had many struggles. I failed many times. But in the end, I made it to university. This story is not just about me. It's about learning from failure. Many people think failure is bad, but I believe failure is one of the best teachers in life. It helps us grow and become better. So if you've ever failed or struggled, don't worry. You are not alone. This story will show you how to turn failure into success. Let's get started. Step 1. Understanding struggles. When I was in school, I was not the best student. I often had problems with my studies. Subjects like math and science were very hard for me. No matter how much I studied, I didn't always get good grades. Sometimes I felt very sad about it. I thought, maybe I'm not smart enough. At first, I didn't know what to do. I saw my classmates getting better grades, and I felt embarrassed. I thought, why can't I do what they can do? I started to feel bad about myself. I even wanted to give up. But let me tell you something important. Struggles are normal. Everyone has struggles. You might not see them, but they are there. Even the smartest people struggle sometimes. Struggles are not bad. They are a part of life. Struggles help us understand what we need to improve. For example, when I struggled in math, it showed me that I needed to practice more. Struggles teach us about ourselves. They show us our strengths and weaknesses. When you struggle, it means you are learning something new. Think about when you first learned to walk. You probably fell many times, but each time you got up and tried again. That's how you learn to walk. The same thing happens when you study or try something new. At the time, I didn't understand this. I thought struggles meant I was not good enough. But now I know the truth. Struggles are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign that you are growing and learning. If you are struggling right now, don't be afraid. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are a part of learning. When you struggle, you become stronger. You learn how to solve problems. You find new ways to succeed. I want you to remember this. Struggles are temporary. They don't last forever. When you work hard and stay patient, things get better. You might not see it right away, but every little effort you make helps you grow. Let me share a story. When I was in middle school, I had a big math test. I studied for days, but I still didn't do well. I felt like I had failed. My teacher saw that I was upset. She told me, "It's okay to struggle. Struggling means you are trying. Keep working, and you will get better." Her words stayed with me. I realized that struggling was not the problem. The real problem would be giving up. So, I kept trying. Slowly, I started to understand math better. It took time, but I improved. Now, I want to share this lesson with you. If you are facing struggles, don't give up. Use your struggles as a guide. They can show you where you need to improve. They can make you stronger and more confident. Think about struggles as a challenge, not a failure. A challenge is something you can overcome. Each time you face a challenge, you learn something new. You become better. In school, I learned that struggles are like a test. They test your patience, your hard work, and your attitude. When you pass the test, you feel proud of yourself. You realize that the struggle was worth it. Remember, Struggles are part of everyone's journey. Even successful people struggled before they achieved their goals. Struggles don't mean you will fail forever. They mean you are working towards success. So, the next time you struggle, don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like you are not good enough. Instead, remind yourself, this is normal. This is how I grow. Keep going, even if it's hard. Keep trying, even if you make mistakes. In the end, your struggles will make you stronger, smarter, and more confident. They will prepare you for bigger challenges in life. So don't be afraid of struggles. Welcome them, learn from them, use them to become the best version of yourself. Take it one step at a time. Small steps lead to big changes. And remember, you are not alone. Everyone struggles, and everyone grows. You can do it too. Stay strong, stay patient, and keep going. You will succeed. Step 2. Learning from failure. One year, I failed my exams in 2 subjects. It was a very hard time for me. My friends passed their exams and moved to the next grade, but I couldn't. I had to repeat the year. I felt sad and embarrassed. I thought, what is wrong with me? Maybe I'm not good enough. At that moment, I wanted to give up. It felt like I would never succeed. But then I realized something important. I could use this failure to learn and improve. Instead of quitting, I decided to ask myself a question. Why did I fail? When I thought about it, the answer became clear. I failed because I didn't prepare well for my exams. I studied, but not enough. I didn't focus on the subjects I was weak in, like math and science. I also didn't ask my teachers or friends for help when I didn't understand something. This was a big lesson for me. Failure is not the end. It's a chance to learn. It shows us where we went wrong and what we can do better. I started to think of failure as a teacher. Just like a teacher in school helps us learn new things, failure teaches us important life lessons. After that, I changed the way I studied. I made a plan. I set small goals for each subject and worked on them every day. For example, I spent extra time on math problems that I found difficult. I asked my teachers for help when I didn't understand something. They were happy to explain things to me. I also started to study with my friends. We helped each other and shared ideas. This made learning easier and more fun. I realized that asking for help is not a weakness. It's a smart thing to do. The next year, I took the same exams again. This time, I passed. I felt so happy and proud of myself. I knew that my hard work had paid off. More importantly, I learned that failure is not something to be afraid of. It is a part of life and a chance to grow. Let me share another important lesson I learned from failure. It teaches you patience. When you fail, you don't get results right away. You have to keep trying, even when it's hard. This helps you become a stronger and more patient person. Failure also teaches you to be brave. It's not easy to face failure, but when you do, you become more confident. You learn that it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, even the most successful people. What matters is how you deal with them. One of my favorite quotes is, "Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success." This means that every time you fail, you are learning something new that brings you closer to success. Think about it like this. When you fall while learning to ride a bicycle, you don't stop trying. You get up, adjust your balance, and try again. That's how you eventually learn to ride. After passing my exams, I felt more confident, but I didn't stop learning from my mistakes. I kept asking myself, what can I improve? I realized that even small improvements can make a big difference. For example, I started making better notes during class. I also reviewed my lessons every day instead of waiting until the exams were near. Failure also taught me the importance of discipline. Before, I would waste time watching TV or playing games instead of studying. But after failing, I learned how to manage my time better. I started using a timetable to organize my day. I gave myself enough time to study, relax, and sleep. This made me more focused and less stressed. One thing I learned from failure is that it helps you discover your strengths. When I failed, I realized I was good at some things, like organizing my study materials or explaining difficult topics to my friends. These strengths helped me do better in the future. Another big lesson is the value of resilience. Resilience means not giving up, even when things are hard. When I failed, I had to find the strength to keep going. Each time I tried again, I became more resilient. This quality has helped me not only in school, but also in life. I also learned to appreciate the journey. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that takes time, effort, and dedication. When you fail, it's just a part of this journey. Each failure is like a step on a ladder that takes you closer to your goals. Let me share one final lesson. Failure makes success sweeter. When I finally passed my exams, the happiness I felt was greater because of the struggles I went through. If I had passed easily the first time, I might not have appreciated it as much. But because I worked so hard and overcame failure, my success felt truly meaningful. So, if you're facing failure right now, don't lose hope. Remember that failure is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Use it to learn, grow, and become better. Every successful person has faced failure at some point. The difference is, they didn't let failure stop them. They used it to build a stronger foundation for success. In the end, what matters most is your determination. If you keep trying and learning from your mistakes, you will achieve your goals. Failure is just a chapter in your story, not the whole book. So keep writing your story with courage and confidence. Thank you for joining me in this step of my journey. I hope my experience inspires you to see failure in a new way. Let's move on to the next step and explore how I turned struggles and failures into my motivation to reach university. Step 3. Asking for help. After failing my exams, I realized I couldn't do everything alone. I needed help to understand what I was doing wrong and how to do better. So, I started asking for help. At first, I felt shy and even a little scared. I thought people might laugh at me or think I wasn't smart. But I was wrong. The first person I asked for help was my teacher. I went to her after class and said, "I don't understand this subject. Can you explain it to me?" She smiled and said, "Of course." She showed me simple ways to solve problems and gave me extra exercises to practice. I was surprised by how helpful and kind she was. Next, I joined a study group. Some of my classmates were very good at the subjects I found difficult. I asked them if I could study with them. They agreed, and we started meeting after school. In the study group, we shared ideas and explained things to each other. It felt good to learn with friends who understood my struggles. I also asked my parents for help. I told them about the problems I was facing. They didn't get angry or disappointed. Instead, they listened to me and gave me advice. My dad helped me create a study plan, and my mom encouraged me to stay focused and positive. Their support gave me the strength to keep trying. Asking for help was one of the best decisions I ever made. It taught me an important lesson. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of courage. When you ask for help, you show that you are serious about improving. You also give others a chance to share their knowledge and kindness with you. If you are struggling with something, whether it's school, work, or learning English, don't be afraid to ask for help. There are always people ready to support you. You just need to reach out to them. For example, if you're learning English and don't understand something, ask your teacher, a friend, or even a family member who knows English. They can explain things in a way that makes sense to you. You can also join online groups or forums where people share tips and resources for learning English. Remember, you don't have to struggle alone. There's no shame in admitting that you need help. In fact, asking for help shows that you are strong enough to take charge of your learning. It's better to ask questions and learn than to stay silent and stay stuck. One of the benefits of asking for help is that it saves time. Instead of spending hours trying to figure something out by yourself, you can get an answer quickly from someone who knows. This gives you more time to focus on practicing and improving. Another benefit is that it builds relationships. When you ask someone for help, you show them that you trust and value their knowledge. This can create a bond between you and that person. They might even become your mentor or guide in the future. Asking for help also boosts your confidence. When someone helps you and you start to understand something better, you feel more capable. You realize that you can overcome challenges with the right support. I remember one specific time when asking for help changed everything for me. I was struggling with a math topic that seemed impossible to understand. I felt frustrated and wanted to give up. But then I asked one of my classmates for help. He explained it to me step by step, in a very simple way. Suddenly, the topic didn't feel so hard anymore. I solved the problems on my own and even started to enjoy math a little. That experience taught me that no problem is too big when you have help. Sometimes, all it takes is someone explaining things from a different perspective. If you're afraid to ask for help, start small. Ask a simple question about something you don't understand. You'll see that most people are happy to help. They won't judge you for not knowing something. Instead, they will respect you for wanting to learn. Also, remember that asking for help is a skill. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. It's okay to feel nervous at first, but don't let that stop you. Everyone needs help at some point in their life, and there's no shame in that. In the end, asking for help changed my life. It turned my struggles into opportunities to learn and grow. I became more confident, more capable, and more connected to the people around me. So, if you're facing difficulties, whether in school, at work, or in learning English, don't hesitate to ask for help. You'll be surprised by how many people are willing to support you. And remember, asking for help is not just about solving problems. It's about learning, growing, and becoming the best version of yourself. Let's move on to the next step, where I'll share how I used everything I learned to achieve my goals and make it to university. Step 4. Staying consistent. After asking for help, I realized something else Very important. I needed to be consistent. This means doing something regularly, every single day, even if it's just a small amount. Consistency was the key to my improvement. When I was in school, I used to study only before exams. I would try to learn everything in 1 or 2 days, but that never worked. I felt stressed, and I couldn't remember much. Then, I decided to change my way of studying. Instead of waiting until the last minute, I started studying a little bit every day. For example, I would spend 20 minutes reviewing my notes after school. I would solve 1 or 2 math problems daily, even if they were easy ones. Slowly, I noticed a change. The subjects that felt difficult before started to feel easier. My confidence grew, and I wasn't so stressed before exams anymore. Consistency is important for everything in life. Think about learning English. If you practice speaking, writing, or listening to English for just 15 to 20 minutes a day, you will improve. You don't have to study for hours. The small efforts you make every day add up over time. Let me give you an example. Imagine you want to plant a tree. If you water the tree a little every day, it will grow strong and healthy. But if you pour a lot of water all at once and then stop watering for a long time, the tree might not survive. The same is true for learning. Regular, small efforts are better than doing a lot all at once and then stopping. When I started being consistent, I made a simple plan. I wrote down what I wanted to study each day. For example, on Monday I focused on math. On Tuesday, I studied science. On Wednesday, I practiced writing. Having a plan helped me stay organized and motivated. You can do the same for learning English. Create a small plan for yourself. For example, Monday, learn 5 new words. Tuesday, practice speaking for 10 minutes. Wednesday, watch a short video in English. Thursday, write a few sentences in English. Friday, review what you learned during the week. This kind of routine will help you improve step by step. You don't need to do everything at once. Focus on one small thing each day, and you will see progress. Another thing I learned about consistency is that it helps create good habits. When you do something every day, it becomes a part of your routine. You don't have to think about it or force yourself to do it. It becomes natural, like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. At first, staying consistent can feel hard. There were days when I didn't feel like studying. I wanted to watch TV or play games instead. But I reminded myself of my goals. I thought about why I wanted to improve and what I wanted to achieve. This helped me stay focused. If you feel the same way, remind yourself why you are learning English. Maybe you want to travel, get a better job, or make new friends. Keep your goals in mind, and they will motivate you to stay consistent. Sometimes, I rewarded myself for staying consistent. For example, if I studied every day for a week, I would treat myself to something I liked, a favorite snack or a movie night. Rewards made the process more fun and gave me something to look forward to. Consistency also taught me patience. I didn't see results right away, and that was okay. Learning and improving take time. You won't become fluent in English overnight, but if you practice a little every day, you will get better. Think of consistency as building a staircase. Each small step you take brings you closer to the top. Even if the steps feel small, they are important. Without those small steps, you can't reach your goal. I also realized that consistency is not about being perfect. It's okay to miss a day or make mistakes. What matters is that you keep going. If you skip one day, don't feel bad or give up. Just start again the next day. One thing that helped me stay consistent was tracking my progress. I kept a notebook where I wrote down what I studied each day. Seeing my progress on paper made me feel proud and motivated to keep going. You can do the same for English. Keep a notebook or a journal. Write down the new words you learn, the sentences you practice, or the videos you watch. Over time, you'll see how much you've improved, and it will encourage you to keep practicing. Another tip is to find a partner who can keep you accountable. If you have a friend who is also learning English, you can study together. You can remind each other to practice and celebrate each other's progress. Consistency changed my life. It turned my struggles into strengths and helped me reach my goals. Remember this: success is not about doing big things once. It's about doing small things every day. Whether it's learning English, solving math problems, or practicing any skill, daily effort matters. So, stay consistent, stay patient, and keep moving forward. You are capable of achieving great things, one small step at a time. Let's move on to the next step, where I'll share how I used my consistency to build my confidence and finally succeed. Step 5. Building confidence. Confidence is something we all need to achieve our goals. But confidence doesn't happen in one day. It takes time, effort, and patience. When I was in school, I didn't feel confident at all. I was afraid to answer questions in class because I thought I might say something wrong. I was nervous to try new things because I didn't want to fail. However, as I worked hard and stayed consistent, I began to notice small changes. Each time I solved a tough math problem or learned something new, I felt a little more confident. These small successes showed me that I could do more than I thought. Confidence starts small. You don't have to do something big to feel confident. Start with little tasks. For example, if you are learning English, try saying one sentence in English today. Even if it's not perfect, it's a step forward. When I first spoke in front of the class, I was very scared. My hands were shaking, and my heart was beating fast. I made mistakes, but I didn't stop. After I finished, my teacher told me, "You did a great job." Hearing those words gave me more confidence to try again. Mistakes are part of learning. If you make a mistake, don't be hard on yourself. Everyone makes mistakes, even experts. Instead of feeling bad, think of mistakes as lessons. Each mistake teaches you something new. I also learned that confidence comes from trying again and again. There were times when I failed, but I didn't let failure stop me. For example, when I couldn't answer a question in class, I went home, studied more, and tried again the next day. Each time I tried, I felt a little stronger. Building confidence is like building a house. You start with a strong foundation, and then you add bricks one by one. Each small success is like adding a brick to your confidence. Over time, you will have a strong and solid house. If you feel nervous or unsure, remember that it's okay. Everyone feels this way sometimes. The important thing is to take the first step. Even if the step is small, it will help you grow. Here's an example. Imagine you want to learn to swim. At first, you might be scared to get into the water. But if you take one small step, like putting your feet in the water, you start to feel more comfortable. Then you try floating, then swimming. Each small step builds your confidence until one day you can swim without fear. The same is true for learning English or any other skill. Start small. Maybe today you can learn 5 new words. Tomorrow, try using one of those words in a sentence. Day by day, your confidence will grow. I also realized that confidence grows when you focus on your progress, not your mistakes. Instead of thinking about what you can't do, think about what you have already done. Celebrate your small wins. For example, when I learned to write an essay, I didn't worry about making it perfect. I celebrated the fact that I could write 1 paragraph. Then, I worked on writing 2 paragraphs and so on. Step by step, I improved. Another way to build confidence is to surround yourself with supportive people. My family, teachers, and friends always encouraged me. When I felt down, they reminded me of my strengths. If you have people who support you, spend time with them. They can help you see the good in yourself. If you don't have anyone to encourage you, be your own cheerleader. Tell yourself, I can do this, or I am improving every day. Positive thoughts can make a big difference. Confidence also comes from practice. The more you practice something, the more comfortable you feel. When I practiced speaking in English, I felt shy at first. But the more I practiced, the easier it became. Now I can speak English with confidence because I practiced step by step. Another tip is to set small, clear goals. For example, if you want to improve your English, set a goal to learn 10 words this week. When you achieve that goal, you will feel more confident. Then, set another goal, like writing 1 short paragraph using those words. Each goal you achieve will make you feel stronger. Don't compare yourself to others. This is something I had to learn. In school, I used to think, why am I not as good as my friends? But everyone learns at their own speed. Instead of comparing, focus on your own journey. Think about how far you've come. One day, I looked back and realized how much I had improved. The subjects that once felt impossible were now easier. The tasks that once scared me were now exciting. Confidence is built over time, and it's worth the effort. If you ever feel like giving up, remember why you started. Think about your dreams and goals. Hold on to them and let them push you forward. Confidence is not about being perfect. It's about trying, learning, and growing. Even if you don't feel confident today, keep going. Each small step you take is a step toward becoming more confident. So, believe in yourself. You are capable of amazing things. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep building your confidence. Let's move to the final step, where I'll share how all these lessons helped me succeed. Step 6. Reaching university. Finally, after many years of hard work, I achieved my goal. I got into university. It felt like a big reward for everything I had been through. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. There were many struggles, failures, and challenges. Still, every step of the journey was worth it. When I look back now, I feel grateful for all the difficult times. You might wonder why I would be thankful for struggles or failures. The reason is simple. They made me stronger. They taught me important lessons like resilience, patience, and the value of working hard. Reaching university wasn't just about studying. It was about believing in myself, even when things were hard. It was about staying consistent and asking for help when I needed it. All the steps we talked about earlier, understanding struggles, learning from failure, asking for help, staying consistent, and building confidence, helped me get to this point. I still remember the day I received my acceptance letter from the university. My heart was full of joy and pride. I couldn't believe that after all the times I had failed, I was now on my way to achieving my dream. My family and friends were proud of me too. They had seen how much effort I put into my studies. But here's something important. Success is not just about reaching your goal. It's also about the journey. The lessons I learned along the way are just as valuable as getting into university. For example, I learned how to handle challenges. I learned that it's okay to make mistakes and that every mistake is an opportunity to grow. If you are working towards a goal, whether it's getting into a school, learning English, or starting a new job, remember this: the journey matters. Each step you take, no matter how small, is part of your success. Let me give you an example. Imagine you want to climb a tall mountain. Reaching the top is your goal. But as you climb, you see beautiful views, learn how to take careful steps, and build strength in your legs. These experiences are just as important as standing on the top of the mountain. When I started my school journey, I didn't think I could make it to university. I thought only smart students could succeed. But I learned that success is not about being the smartest. It's about working hard, not giving up, and learning from your mistakes. Even now, as a university student, I still face challenges. Sometimes I struggle with assignments or exams, but the lessons I learned in school help me keep going. I remind myself that every challenge is an opportunity to learn something new. One thing I want to share with you is the importance of believing in yourself. There were times when I doubted myself. I thought, maybe I'm not good enough. But each time I took a small step forward, my confidence grew. Believing in yourself is the first step to achieving anything. If you are trying to reach a goal, here are some tips that helped me. 1. Stay positive. Even when things are hard, try to stay positive. Tell yourself, I can do this. Positive thinking gives you energy to keep moving forward. 2. Take small steps. Don't try to do everything at once. Focus on small tasks each day. Small steps add up to big achievements. 3. Ask for support. Don't be afraid to ask for help from teachers, friends, or family. They can guide and encourage you. 4. Celebrate progress. Celebrate each success, no matter how small. For example, if you learn a new English word today, that's a success. Looking back, I realized that success is not just about the final destination. It's about the person you become along the way. My school journey taught me to be strong, patient, and determined. These qualities will help me not just in university, but in life. If you are facing struggles right now, remember that it's part of your journey. Struggles don't mean you are failing. They mean you are learning and growing. Each step you take brings you closer to your goal. When I entered university, I felt proud, but I also felt ready. Ready to face new challenges, meet new people, and learn new things. The journey to university prepared me for this next step in life. I want to encourage you to keep going no matter what your goal is. It might take time and you might face obstacles, but don't give up. Every effort you make brings you closer to success. And remember, success is not about being perfect. It's about trying, learning, and never giving up. Whether your goal is big or small, believe in yourself and take one step at a time. Reaching university was a big achievement for me, but the journey taught me something even more important. Success is possible for anyone who works hard and doesn't give up. If I can do it, you can too. Now it's your turn. Think about your goal. What small step can you take today to move closer to it? Start now and don't stop. Your journey is just beginning, and great things are waiting for you. Step 7. Why failing is your best teacher. Failure is a great teacher. It teaches us lessons that success cannot. When we fail, we learn about our weaknesses. These weaknesses show us what we need to improve. Failure also helps us build our strength. Each time we face a challenge, we become stronger and wiser. When I failed my exams, I felt very sad. I thought it was the end of everything, but it was not. That failure taught me many things. It showed me that I wasn't preparing well and needed to ask for help. It helped me understand the value of hard work and persistence. If you fail, don't think it's the end. See failure as a new beginning. It's a chance to start again, but this time with more knowledge and experience. When you fail, ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I do better next time? These questions will help you grow. Think about it like this. When a baby learns to walk, they fall many times. But they don't give up. They keep trying until they can walk. Failure is like falling. It's part of the learning process. Failure also teaches us patience. Success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and many tries. Each time you fail, you get closer to success. Here is a simple secret. Fail, learn, grow, and then succeed. Without failure, growth is not possible. Imagine if everything was easy and you never failed. You wouldn't learn anything new or become stronger. If you are learning English, failure might mean forgetting words or making grammar mistakes. But that's okay. Every mistake teaches you something. The more you practice and learn from your mistakes, the better you will become. Some of the most successful people in the world failed many times before they succeeded. For example, Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. He didn't give up. Instead, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Remember, failure is not your enemy. It's your teacher. When you face failure, don't feel ashamed or afraid. Accept it, learn from it, and keep moving forward. If you fail, don't compare yourself to others. Everyone has their own journey. Focus on your progress. Celebrate small successes and learn from your mistakes. Failure also builds resilience. Resilience means being strong and not giving up, even when things are hard. Each time you overcome failure, you become more confident and ready to face new challenges. Here's another way to think about failure. It's like a test. The test shows you what you know and what you still need to learn. Once you know your weaknesses, you can work on them and get better. So don't fear failure. Embrace it. Let it guide you and help you grow. Use it as a tool to improve yourself and move closer to your goals. Conclusion. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it inspires you to embrace your struggles and learn from your failures. Remember, failure is not something to be afraid of. It's a teacher that helps you grow stronger, wiser, and more confident. Whether you are studying, working, or learning English, keep this in mind. Failure is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Each time you fail, you have an opportunity to learn something new and improve yourself. I believe in you. You can overcome any challenge if you keep trying. Don't give up on your dreams. Take one step at a time, and you will succeed. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like, share, and subscribe to English Mastery Hub. Let's keep learning and growing together. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Until next time, remember, every failure is a step closer to success. See you soon.